Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into your Sunday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here all week long to bring you some incredible community information, and we're going to do just that. We're going to introduce you to the Vail Valley Partnership and some of the incredible things that they have on their radar, especially since they just won the Chamber of the Year Award, and they're celebrating 60 years, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. We're going to step into the kitchen and make some delicious stir fry. That way we can inspire you to make some incredible meals at home, and then we're going to introduce you to Bill Humbert and why references are so important on your resume. Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you" on 92? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on Mountain Perspectives and our expanded Spanish programming block. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website, tv8vail.com.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging onto our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
The Vail Valley Partnership stopped by the studio earlier this week to give us some great information about some of the wonderful things that they do for our community, but then also talking about one of their big celebrations coming up, 60 years, and they just won the Chamber of the Year award. So let's introduce you to Chris and Christy. We love celebrating incredible organizations here in our community, and this morning we're doing just that with the Vail Valley Partnership. I'm joined by Chris and Christy, and a big, huge congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Why, Maddie?
Well, I was going to let you give us the fun. We've got you a cake here. It says congratulations on winning Chamber of the Year.
Yeah, we were really honored to be recognized as the Chamber of Commerce of the Year by the Association of Chamber of Commerce executives representing the 7,000 chambers that exist in the United States. And Vail Valley Partnership was recognized for the third time in the past 8 years as the top chamber in the United States. So we're really proud of our community. I'm really proud of our team and staff, our board, and all of our members. It's a really fun recognition. I think it means a lot to certainly our organization, but also the community, to be able to represent business and commerce in our area that's so well known for recreation and tourism.
Yes.
It's just an honor to be representatives of our business community.
And I think it's so wonderful to have such great resources. And I think that's the thing that you guys do best, is not only for the businesses, but really for the community members. If you have questions on something that you are going to vote on here coming up, you guys are a great resource to get all that information.
Yeah, we really listen to our businesses and what they need. So the reason that we're able to give those great resources is because we truly do listen to what you guys want and need. Yeah.
And so, Christy, you've been with the Vail Valley Partnership for quite some time. You're the workforce manager.
Yes.
So can you give us some more information on what that does for the Vail Valley Partnership?
Yeah. So I get to work with our businesses and providing resources and training for their employees, hiring needs. We run apprenticeship programs through Vail Valley Partnership, career-wise apprenticeship, and we partner with Eagle County School District and Youth Power 365 a lot to provide opportunities for our young professionals to get into their careers.
Which is so incredible and an opportunity that not many people know about here. And it's so nice to bring light to it because it really can transform a child's journey or a young adult's journey as they're making their way from high school to their adult life.
Yeah, it really gives our young professionals the career readiness skills and the confidence to jump into their career and start, contributing to the community right away. So it really is a great opportunity for all of our businesses and young professionals.
Now, if people are just hearing about this for the first time, where can they go to get more information, get involved, and see what opportunities are out there?
Yeah, you can contact me, email myself, or Eric Williams, or you can go to our website at vailvalleypartnership.com, and it's under signature programs, career-wise.
And we've got the website up right now. There are so many incredible resources on the Vail Valley Partnership website. You've got events, you've got job boards. You literally have something for everyone. And it's a great way to explore so many local businesses that are young entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who have been in the community for a long time. So instead of using those big name stores that do a great job, you can really source out those mom and pop shops. That way you are keeping it here in the community and staying local, which I think is one of those other great advantages to the Vail Valley Partnership.
Yeah, we love celebrating all of our businesses, and especially our locally owned businesses that are, they contribute to sponsoring our kids' sports teams, and they contribute to the community in so many ways, but maybe most importantly, through a unique experience for our visitors and being able to serve our locals at the same time. So being able to have the business directory to help guide people to whatever type of business they might need, especially the professional service businesses that people don't always know. We know our retailers and a lot of our restaurants and certainly celebrate those. But when people need a plumber or an HVAC, people need an electrician or someone to fix their garage door or any of those things, those aren't the ones that you see when you walk through the village or walk through Riverwalk or walk through downtown Eagle or Gypsum or whatever the case. So being able to spotlight some of those professional services are really fun for us too.
And not only is it plumbing and HVAC and electricians, but there's also some great marketing tools that you have with the Vail Valley Partnership that people can tap into, some great businesses that will help you redesign your website or come up with your mission statement. And there's also a lot of development that people can do through the Vail Valley Partnership, not only personally, but professionally as well.
Yeah, I think the amount of creativity, professionalism that all of our business partners bring to the table, we get to see and we get to collaborate with, and we get to unite them all together with our events, which is kind of our motto, right?
Yep, and the fun thing about all the professional development, I think it's a big part of why we won the Chamber of the Year, because the apprenticeships and programs that Christy talked about earlier, but also our leadership programs and our skill development programs. It's a great way for people to connect and network with each other, our industry groups, to grow your network and deepen your roots here in the community, and have those tools and resources and people that you can lean on when you have business questions and you need the connections and the tools. We're really honored to be able to celebrate that and to be able to serve as that tool for our community.
Which I think is so wonderful. And then it's not just this that you guys do, but seriously, as it gets close to election time, when there are questions that are on the ballot, you guys always have the best answers possible. And there's always a lot of questions because wording on ballots is so tricky and it's so perfectly placed on there, and the dialect is so different than what you would hear in your day-to-day life that it's important to have someone to decipher that. And that's where you guys really step in to help a lot of people. That way we're helping our businesses.
Yeah, we produce a ballot guide every year that goes through all the state issues and things that we'll see on our ballot to help really deconstruct and simplify what it means that we're voting on. You know, the yahoos in Denver come up with this ballot language that is intentionally confusing, and you're not always sure if yes means no or no means yes. And they do that purposefully, and we try to cut through all of that and provide a nonpartisan voter guide that just talks about exactly what these are and what the impacts would be. So it's something we're happy to do because we know it's hard.
And we, as people who don't understand it, me specifically, I'm always so grateful when this guide comes out because it really does make a world of difference for someone who's just learning and just getting all the information. And I want to have my facts straight as I'm making big decisions, because although I'm one small vote, my one small vote adds to a large pile of votes, and it makes a difference.
It matters.
Of course it does.
It 100% matters. Now let's talk 60-year celebration.
Yeah, 60 years. Vail Valley Partnership was incorporated in 1964, in September of 1964, as the Vail Resort Association, which makes us 2 years younger than Vail Mountain as a ski resort, 2 years older than the town of Vail as a town, and one of the longest standing, oldest nonprofits in Eagle County. And so we're really happy and proud to be able to celebrate 60 years. We have an event coming up to help celebrate the Chamber of the Year and the 60th anniversary party.
Yeah, our 60th anniversary party is going to be at Riverwalk Backyard, September 18th, and it's going to be from 5 to 7. We'd love you to join us and have some fun, some food, some drinks, some dance maybe, some great conversation. We have speakers.
We have speakers lined up. We have a band that'll play. We have a number of local speakers who have had a long history with the organization. We'll hear from a few of the Vail Valley Partnership staff. We'll hear from previous executives like Frank Johnson, Jen Brown, former board member, and former Vail Valley Chamber executive. We'll hear from Jeff Schroll, county manager, and Brian Nolan, who was a past board chair and board member of the Vail Valley, I think, Tourism and Convention Bureau. We'll hear from Jeff Schroll, our county manager, Magda King from the Antlers at Vail. We have a really good lineup of people who are going to share a little bit about their story and their relationship with the partnership over the years. But most importantly, as Christy said, it's an opportunity to come together, listen to some live music, celebrate community, mix and mingle, and help us celebrate both our 60 years
6-year success of all of our businesses.
And the success of all of our businesses
Yeah.
and the community at large. So we're really excited to have a fun time.
Chris and Christy, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information. Congratulations on
Thank
60
you.
years and becoming the Chamber of the Year. We're so fortunate to have such a wonderful resource, and it wouldn't happen without wonderful people like you two. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Natalie.
much.
It's a pleasure.
Make sure that you celebrate the Vail Valley Partnership on September 18th for their 60th year anniversary and for becoming Chamber of the Year. We're really excited for everything that they do here in our community and the great support that they show everyone. So make sure you get out there and support them. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Next up, we've got a special duo from two of the best voices in the bluegrass and country genres.
We know you're going to love this one from Melanie Cannon and Willie Nelson. Here's Back to Earth.
And the songs our love created, I still sing. And every night we make the rafters ring.
This is Necklace. This easy-to-use, non-surgical alternative improves the appearance of sagging skin around your neck and jawline. Made from medical-grade tape, Necklace lasts up to 10 hours, giving you a firmer, smoother look all day long.
This is the one that works.
Starting on one side, peel off to expose adhesive and affix it beneath your earlobe. Stretch the strip around the back of your neck until it reaches the other side. Remove the white backing from the other end of the strip and attach under the other earlobe. Go ahead and take your hair down.
Wow, look at that. Necklace really is the one that works.
Women everywhere are thrilled with the results.
Necklace is my time machine and I'm loving life again.
Necklace is way better than surgery. It's cheaper and it's easier.
Oh wow, to fight 6 years off in here.
Well, I like it. It's like a mini facelift. Oh, it totally works.
Think I need a box or two.
Use the on-screen QR code or visit sagnomore.com to order now. We even give you a money-back guarantee. Try Necklace today.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh! If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunity to point on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point of this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for a delicious meal to make at home? Well, then stir fry might be the option. We're going to step into the kitchen with Kim and Ross, and they're going to start us on the steps on how to make this delicious at-home stir fry.
We're in the kitchen.
Yep.
We are in the kitchen, and what a Tuesday it is.
Yeah, what are we cooking up today,
Well,
Kim?
you know, I like to travel, and I sometimes at the end of the day, I'm just so tired, and I'm over trying to think of creative meals to make for myself. So I love a simple stir fry But the kicker and the best piece of the stir fry is the sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I like to avoid store-bought sauces as much as possible, and I always make my own. So I figured we'd show the audience
Let's do it.
how to make an easy and stir-fry recipe. If you've got rice vinegar and you've got a sesame oil in your pantry, you probably have everything else too. And so we'll go ahead and get started with this. But I love it because like sesame oil has this nice like nutty toasty flavor, and that really is what really makes the dish. So we'll go ahead and get started. It comes with rice vinegar, which is very important. We also have the sesame oil, and you know sometimes it's hard to find it because you don't need a lot. So it doesn't come in a very big jar. We've got soy sauce. I like to use the lesser sodium, but it really doesn't matter. It depends on how salty you like things. And then you can use sugar or honey.
Okay.
So basically, or like you can use a juice or pineapple juice, apple juice, whatever it is, if you had that on hand, because you want something sweet to kind of balance out that saltiness.
Love it.
Are you big like Asian inspired cuisine?
Yeah, I love my rice cooker.
Yeah.
It's probably my best dish that I make.
We should have brought your rice cooker in so that we can use it to use our stir fry sauce with.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, the key to a good stir fry sauce is cornstarch. So you want to make sure that you have cornstarch, and that's what thickens it up. And you can add as much as you want to, but typically you would start with just 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And then fresh garlic, fresh ginger, but it's okay if you don't have either one of those. We've got garlic powder here. You can use garlic salt, but you may not want to because the sodium is already in the soy sauce. And then I've got some grated or ground ginger here, but we also have some fresh ginger as well. And now if you have your fresh ginger, you can just like grate it up or finely dice it. I would suggest grating it because it then releases like all of the juices. So yeah, let's get started.
Love it.
This is the best part, Ross. Are you ready for this? I'm gonna need you to separate the measuring cups from the ring.
Oh man, that's
Which
the
we know
best
is
part.
Ross's favorite part.
That's the best.
We've done this before. That's one of the best parts because it's always fun to watch you in the kitchen. Look at that. He's a pro, ladies and gents. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Which color did you need?
Well, we're gonna need 1 cup of water, or half a cup of water. So I'd say water or vegetable stock. You need like something to kind of be the base to add that extra liquid to stretch it out. So we've got some filtered water here.
Cool.
So if you can pour a half a cup of water into our bowl, and then we're gonna also do a half a cup of soy sauce when you're done with that. So I'll go ahead and get this soy sauce opened.
That is exactly half a cup of water.
That is perfect.
Exactly.
Exactly. And you know what? You are so good.
And we're gonna do half cup.
Half a cup. So we're going all the way in. This is really great. This will last in the fridge for up to a week, but you can also freeze it if you don't want to toss your, you don't want to use it all right away. And you know, sometimes I do that since I'm at home and I cook mostly for myself. I freeze a lot of the meals that I make at home, and this is definitely one that I would keep on hand. You just pour a little bit out. You can even put it in like individual like freezer bags, so you have just a little bit here and there. So we did 1/2 a cup of water, half a cup of soy sauce, and then we're going to add 1 teaspoon, that is TSP, of the sesame oil. For those of you that aren't sure what that looks like.
This looks like about 66 milliliters, right?
Well, we've probably got one that's a little bit bigger than that. If I had to look at the different colors, it might be red sitting here on the counter. There we go, nailed it. 1/2 teaspoon or 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. So we'll go ahead and pour that in. And the sesame it's just great. I love toasted sesame seeds or not. So we'll pour this kind of gives it a nice like warm nutty flavor. And you can see it's pretty thick. A lot of sesame oil goes a long way, so you don't want to oversell it, but if you feel like you need to, go ahead. You know, it really is kind of up to you and what you want to do. So we're just getting that out there. Looking good. Okay, dumping that in there, and then we've got the rice vinegar. Now, rice vinegar is vinegar, right? But it tastes a little bit different. That gives it a little bit more of the authenticity of Asian cuisine is because of these 2 flavors typically in their sauces. So we're going to do 1/2 tablespoon. That's TVSP.
All right.
So that's the big one.
All right, here we go.
And I love our measuring cup set because it's really great if you're like cooking with kids. You can just tell them what colors to grab.
Yes.
And that always helps. So that's 1/2 tablespoon of the rice vinegar, and now it's going to have a very potent, like strong sour taste. And then if we had 2 cloves of garlic, but really what we'll do is we'll do our garlic powder instead of our garlic salt. So we don't have the fresh garlic on hand, and that's okay. Cool. You know, obviously you want that, but if you don't, it's okay. So we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of the garlic powder. And so that's
I got it. I'm tracking here.
We have fun in the kitchen, as you can see.
So I heard something recently that some chefs taste their salt and sugar before putting it in to make sure it's salt or sugar and not mixing it up. Have you heard of that?
I have not, but that's probably a smart move for sure. I would do that if I didn't have it in a bag in front of me that says
Yeah,
sugar.
I think it's when it's like just in a jar and they don't really know.
You know, yeah, it looks good. And really, honestly, it doesn't matter. I'd say that's probably pretty good. You can kind of dump that in. I like to taste garlic in my dishes, so if it's a little bit garlicky, I'm not mad about it. Some people are a little bit more particular about that. And then we're gonna do about 1 to 2 teaspoons of grated ginger. Or ginger powder. So we don't have a grater in front of us, but this is typically, if you don't shop for ginger, this is what it looks like. You can get it in like the organic section. I love to cook with ginger in most of my dishes. I make a really great soup and I put ginger in it. It just gives it a little bit more of like a hearty flavor. So we're gonna go ahead and use the ginger powder.
Okay.
It's easy, it's on hand, and I keep this in my pantry as well. And you know what? It's okay if there we go.
Whoa, Kim, easy there. I'm doing so much hard work, and you just throw it in there
We're
like
getting
that.
wild. And then we've got the 1 tablespoon of sugar. So you can use honey. You can also use orange juice, apple juice, whatever it is that you want to. And then we're gonna also do 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and that's what's gonna thicken it up.
Sweet.
And then my favorite part is like how we get everything blended together. So
I gotcha.
We're gonna go ahead and just pour that in there. Teamwork makes the dream work, but sometimes you just need to be the only person to do this.
One team, one dream.
1 team, 1 dream. And then cornstarch. This is the most important one. We want to thicken it up. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon, but depending on how thick you want your sauce, you can honestly just keep adding until it's come to your desired consistency. So this might be one where we want to just take a spoon and make sure that it's exactly right. But by exact, we're going to use our regular here. There we go.
That looks good.
Right? So we can whisk it up, or if you had like a jar, thanks Ross. There we go. We'll just whisk it if you had a jar. You know, I love this bowl because it comes with a lid, and so what we could do is we could like shake it up and really make sure that it's blended. But
Or just put the rest of the meal in that bowl.
or just put it all in there, toss it all together, dump it into a wok or skillet. I love a stir fry. Like you can buy frozen vegetables. You can also make it fresh. But hey, if you're in a pinch, grab a bag of frozen stir-fry vegetables. You can put shrimp in it, tofu, chicken, steak. Really, honestly, I feel like I'm sitting at a hibachi restaurant and I'm ready to just sizzle up some filet mignon.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. But easy recipe. You can freeze it. You can keep it on hand for about a week. And then you can either toss your vegetables and all of it in it together, put it all in the freezer if you wanted to do that, or you just add it as you cook it. And if you want the sauce to be thicker, just keep adding more cornstarch and boom.
Man, it smells so good.
It does,
right?
Right? We're basically chefs here in this kitchen.
I think I'm gonna have some of this and then go to China Garden after too.
That sounds great. Well, we've got a lot more on the show after this. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
innovators,
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
doers and dreamers,
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
Good morning, Vail.
We're going to make our way back into the kitchen with Kim, who's going to finish up this delicious stir-fry recipe. I don't know about you, but I'm getting quite hungry first thing this morning, so this might have inspired my dinner tonight, and I hope it does just that for you. Let's see how she finishes up the recipe.
Ross and I got into the kitchen and we made a delicious stir-fry sauce, and now I'm going to show you how to apply it with the simple, fresh from the frozen food section, shrimp stir-fry. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, every stir-fry is good with rice, and that's a great base. I love the Jasmine minute rice. This is so easy. You do about 2 cups of water, or 1 cup of water to 1 cup of rice. So we have 2 cups of water boiling right now. We're going to make about 2 cups of rice. It's so simple. We've already got the water boiling. So you're just going to pour that in. You're going to measure in about 2 cups of that wonderful Jasmine rice. And it only takes about 5 minutes to cook, which is really the great part when you're using this minute rice. So we got about 2 cups added in now. The water has been boiling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a quick little stir. And then I'm going to cover it and remove it from the heat. And we're just going to let it sit for 5 minutes by itself, which is really great. So once that's done, we've removed it from the heat. Our rice is ready to rock. Now I've got a hot pan here that we're going to actually pre-cook the shrimp. We're going to put it in there, and then we're going to add the vegetables, the stir fry, and the shrimp, and like let it all mix together. Now, one of my favorite things, I've got a bag of frozen, deveined, and tail off shrimp. Now, if you knew you were making this meal ahead of time, you can pull the shrimp out of the freezer, put it in cold water, and let it sit for 10 hours overnight in the cold water, and that will de-thaw it. Or if you don't have time for that, which, you know, we'd like to do things quick and easy around here, I pulled it out. I actually ran it under cold water in a colander for about 5 minutes, just so that it defrosts. But there are other fun ways to do it too. You can boil it in the water really quickly and then flash run it under cold water. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. So my pan is hot. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of a mild flavored oil. So, you know, I think you can use vegetable oil. I try not to. Olive oil to me is just as good. We're going to go ahead and pour our oil in here. Our pan is nice and hot. I've got it right about that medium to medium low, just to get a nice simmer. And we're going to add in the shrimp as we need to. So I'm not going to do all of it, just because, you know, we don't need to have a huge plate of shrimp here, but we're just going to make sure that it all fits into our skillet, so that we can have a shrimp stir fry. Now, who doesn't love a shrimp stir fry? I know I'm a big fan of stir fry in general, but if you don't like shrimp, or you have an allergy to seafood, you can do tofu, you can do chicken, but we're going with shrimp here because to me, shrimp stir fry is classic. So we've got it in here. It's nice and thawed, and we're just going to lightly color it. You want to make sure that the shrimp is cooked until it's about until it's pink and opaque. You know, you want to make sure that it is fully cooked. We've got it going. I'll turn up the heat a little bit here. You can season your shrimp, but really you don't need to, because it's going to be seasoned with the stir fry sauce. And our stir fry sauce is very simple. We made it with cornstarch, that's a key element. You've got your sugar, you've got your rice, you've got your ginger powder. You can do grated ginger if you want to. We have soy sauce, rice vinegar, sesame oil, all of the different things that are quintessentially Asian flavors, so it's gonna be delicious. But as our shrimp is frying up, it's looking great. We're just gonna make sure that it is completely cooked mostly. You know, you can be about 85% done, because then once you toss everything else in, it'll rock and roll here. So you can hear it sizzling, you can smell the seafood. I love the smell of shrimp cooking, and we can even add a little bit of extra seasoning to it if you want to. Sometimes I'll do a little salt and pepper. So we're gonna go ahead and add the garlic powder. Why not, right? You know, I think that's just gonna be the simplest way. We don't need to worry too much about everything else. It's looking great here. I like to make sure that it's turning pink, as you can see it sizzling. So I put about a tablespoon of olive oil into the pan. You don't want too much because you don't want the oil flying all over the place, but you want just enough so that it crisps up just a little bit. All right, we're gonna flip these over. They're looking nice and pink on some sides. Looking great. And then, this is the best part. You can literally just get whatever frozen vegetable that you want to. I like to get the Asian medley because it comes with the baby corn, the snap peas, which I love a snap pea in my stir fry. Or you can just get whatever you want to. You can get frozen peas and carrots. Sometimes you can get the water chestnuts. Those are also a really fun one to throw in there. Broccoli, baby broccoli, whatever it is that works for you. And it just smells so flavorful in this kitchen. I wish you could smell it. I smell the garlic salt that we use, so that gives the shrimp a little bit more flavor. You can see that it's cooking up nicely. Now it's going from like a gray, almost translucent, and turning into this nice pink opaque shrimp. And that will really make it delicious. You know, it does not have to be crusted over. You can make it that way, but we just want to make sure that it's fully cooked before we throw in the vegetables. And this is such a easy weeknight meal. You can just keep that frozen shrimp in your freezer, and then you've got your frozen vegetables. If you don't feel like cooking, you can just make this quick and easy stir fry recipe, and it's really quite great. It's great leftover. You know, sometimes leftovers are not the best from those weeknight meals, but this is one that you can heat up and you keep going as long as you want to. So we're just gonna flip these shrimp over here. They're looking great, and then getting ready to add in our vegetables and the stir fry sauce that we've got going on. Now with this rice, you wanna keep it covered for about 5 minutes, and then once you're done with it, you're gonna just take a fork and fluff it up. And that is how easy it is to make this jasmine rice. I prefer jasmine rice for almost everything that I make. You know, I think it's got a really nice, unique flavor to it. It's got a great consistency. They're longer and bigger grains of rice. All right, these shrimp are looking good. We're almost done with these in the pan, and then we're just gonna toss in our vegetables and then toss everything in together with the sauce. So we'll let the veggies cook a little bit before we put the sauce and the shrimp back in. Looks good to me. Nice and sizzling. You can feel it, and if you need to turn that heat up a little bit more, you can. It really just depends on how crispy you want your shrimp when you're making this recipe. Looks great. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove my shrimp from the pan. Looking good here, and I have a plate to the side that I'm just gonna put it on, and then we're gonna go ahead and add in those veggies. There we go. Now there's still a little bit of the oil left, but if you need to add a little bit more, you can just dump a little bit in there. There we go, looking great. And the fun part, the vegetables. Now, if you really want to make it easy, you can steam these and just toss everything at once. I like to go ahead and get it cooking in the pan. And this is the fun part, getting it nice and open. There we go. So we've got baby corn, we've got broccoli, we've got snap peas, and man, this looks delicious. So all you have to do is take that frozen veggies, cook them down a little bit, and then we'll add in the shrimp, we'll add in the stir fry, we'll get things rocking and rolling, and it's that simple. Now, while these are starting to cook down, I'm gonna go ahead and check on my rice. I think we've been letting it sit here for about 5 minutes. And I'll take a fresh fork because we used this one already to kind of help cook the shrimp down. It's looking great. You can see the steam. You can just kind of fluff it up a little bit, just like that. And there it is. You can smell it. I can smell the jasmine rice. Looks great. It's gonna be nice and easy to put this stir fry on over it. All right, Our veggies are sizzling down, looking great. Now, as you can see, the broccoli might take a little bit longer to cook, but those carrots, those snap peas, and the baby corn should be cooking pretty quickly here. And then this is the fun part. While these are cooking in here, we're just gonna let it simmer a little bit longer. Now, if you wanted to also soften it up a bit, you can just take a lid, put a little bit more water on top of this and let it cook down. But we're gonna go ahead and just let it kind of simmer. But we have our homemade stir-fry sauce right here, which is great. So this is a fun one. You can throw it in a jar. It should last about a week in the fridge, but it's got the rice vinegar, it's got the sesame oil, the sugar, the soy sauce. You can smell all of those flavors combined, ginger, garlic. It's quite delicious. So we are stirring it up, and then it's really up to you how much you want to put in here. I think it looks pretty good to me. And now the more cornstarch you put in it while it cooks over the heat, it'll actually thicken up. So we're gonna add in our shrimp now. Looking great. And then I think I'm gonna do probably about 3 tablespoons worth of the sauce as we put it in here. And then again, it's really up to you to taste what you want to do with it. I'm doing 4, why not? Let's add it in. And then the longer it cooks on the heat, because of the cornstarch, it will actually thicken up, which will be really great. Yeah, so as you can see, it's looking great. We'll turn the heat up a little bit more just to let everything sizzle, taste good, and keep it going. I can smell all of the aromas from the garlic, from the ginger, from the soy sauce. Looks fantastic. And that is as easy as it gets to make a simple shrimp stir fry. We've got our jasmine rice looking good, nice and steamed. We just put it over heat for 5 minutes. And then we're just gonna let this all cook together, let the soy sauce and the stir fry sauce thicken up, plus the shrimp will give everything a little bit more flavor. And that is it. That is your simple weeknight meal. So if you want more recipes or want to know all of these ingredients, we'll be happy to share it. Follow us on Facebook or tag us and we'll share the ingredients with you.
Good morning, Vail.
Join host Madison Brown as she visits with guests ranging from country star Toby Keith to magician Tommy Wynn. Explores the kitchen from cake decorating to cooking Hawaiian style, all while exploring unique locations across the country. Check your local listings and tune in.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
Welcome to Street Magic.
I'm Elizabeth Stanton with some of the most terrifying stunts, extraordinary extreme escapes, and the most amazing cutting-edge magicians you'll ever see in one show. Get ready to have your mind turned inside out. The hand is definitely quicker than the eye.
It's fake.
I'm Clinton Griffiths, the host of Ag Day Television. Get the latest news about crops, livestock, rural living, and so much more from our award-winning team. Follow the food you eat from the field to the store to your table every day, because what's happening on the farm matters to you and your family. Watch Ag Day weekdays.
Good morning, Vail.
We're gonna make our way back into the kitchen with Kim, who's gonna finish up this delicious stir-fry recipe. I don't know about you, but I'm getting quite hungry first thing this morning, so this might have inspired my dinner tonight, and I hope it does just that for you. Let's see how she finishes up the recipe. Are you someone who's building a new resume? Well, putting your references on there is really important, and there's some tips and tricks on how you should prepare your reference for that reference check. Well, I'm joined by Bill Humbert, the recruiter guy, to give us some more information. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Maddie.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us and always sharing your powerful knowledge.
You know, and something you just said, I would like to tweak a little bit. Don't put your references on your resume, and here's the reason why. If I see them and I think that they have better experience than you do, I'll go recruit them. So it's a good idea to have them in your pocket so that you can, approach them when the time comes for somebody to give a reference to a manager. But it's important to also tell that reference that you're interviewing with a specific company and the type of position.
See, you're already teaching me so much just by that one simple tip and trick about doing your resume and keeping your references off of it. Now, as we're talking about references, are companies still doing reference checks?
Yeah, the smart ones are. I'm not saying the others are dumb, but they must not have an interest in cultural fit. So for me, I would be really more interested in working for a company where cultural fit is important, because it would be important for me as an employee.
And how do I prepare the reference that I'm using for the reference check?
That's a great question. And sometimes even I have been just receive a phone call for a reference on somebody that knows me, and I was surprised to get the call, and I was not prepared. So it's important to send a copy of the job description to your references who have agreed to be a reference for you. And then at the same time, discuss your interview that you had with the company and ask them to speak about a time where maybe the manager showed some concern about some of your experience, and that demonstrates that you can actually do that and have done it, whatever that is. And then tell the reference that if that question doesn't come up, it's okay for them to bring it up and say, can I tell you a story about Maddie and how she responded when we needed somebody to really step up for it in the crunch?
These are all such great tips and tricks. And why is it not beneficial to have your reference surprised?
Yeah, well, when you get surprised, it's not good. First of all, they don't know what to say. They're going, a reference for Joe? I don't. Sure, let's do this. So they're not prepared. So don't surprise them by not giving them the information they need. And ask your interviewer, who's going to call my references, and when should they expect the call? And that way the reference is much better prepared to have that conversation with that manager or whoever calls.
Now, as people are lining up their references, what's the best way to hand select the reference that they would like to use?
I suggest that in my books, I suggest that they choose at least 3, if not 5 references that can speak to their experience as it applies to this company that they're interviewing with. And if 1 or 2 of them say, hey, I can't do it, I'm going to be on vacation or whatever, you've still got your 3 references. But make sure it's people who can speak to your experience.
And that's really important as you're selecting them. That way, all of your bases are covered. Now, you mentioned a book of yours. Let's talk a little bit more about that.
Yes, Expect Success, The Science of the Over 50 Career Search. In the 5-star review, they said, don't worry about it being 50. That was just a niche he was hitting with this title. It's good for everybody, and it really is. So I would suggest that, if you live in Park City or you're going to be visiting Park City on July 27th, I will be at Dolly's bookstore signing Expect Success, and I will from 3 to 5 that day. And you can also, ask me any career search questions that you may have, including salary negotiation, because think about it, I've been recruiting since 1981. And I know more about salary negotiation because I'm the one who's doing it many times with candidates. I know what you can say and what you better not be saying.
And these are all such important ways, and especially as we're seeing such a shift in the cost of living. So it is important that people know what they're asking for when they're asking for their salaries. Bill, thank you so much for giving us so much wonderful information and taking the time to chat with us.
Thank you, Maddie. It was great.
It's always great having you. Now, if someone would like to discuss any of these problems with you directly or maybe have questions for you directly, where can they go for some more information?
It's very easy. I'm recruiterguy.com. And if you click the red banner right there at the top of the page, Speak with Bill, you'll be able to get on my calendar and match your calendar with my calendar and set up a time when we could speak for 30 minutes.
And if they just want more information to continue to pick your brain, to maybe get some more tips and tricks, you have a new YouTube channel that they can check out.
Yes, well, my YouTube channel has been around for a while, but I have Recruiting Conversations is a new series that I'm running that's only 5 to 8 minutes for each segment. And the nice thing about that is you're in between meetings, you just want to get some quick clues on how to do things. Just jump on. 8 minutes later, you're done and you've got your clues.
Bill, again, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information, and thank you for the hard work that you're always so willing to share.
Thank you, Maddie. It's so good to be able to speak to your audience.
We love having you here. Make sure that you check out The Recruiter Guy. That way you can get all of this wonderful information. Don't forget to buy Bill's book. That way you can continue to read and expand your knowledge. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Welcome to Nantucket Rope Bracelets. All of our stylish bracelets are handmade in our Nantucket workshop, using only the best non-shrinking line with soft, flexible finish. Find us at nantucketropebracelets.com and order your beautiful piece from Nantucket today.
Good morning, Vail.
We want to thank you so much for tuning into your Sunday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here each and every day to bring you all of this wonderful community information. Now don't forget to mark your calendars to make your way to support the Vail Valley Partnership and all of their incredible accomplishments that they've had recently. We hope to inspire you to make some delicious and healthy meals at home, and maybe that delicious stir fry that Kim and Ross made in our kitchen. And then of course, if you're looking for that new career, make sure that you check out the recruiter guy, Bill Humbert, because he's got all these incredible tips and tricks that you're not going to want to miss out on. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrity